Wizards and Warlocks, you've seen them all before. Barrel lighting type fixtures, but we're looking at the new 2025 versions. The Chauvet Blazor and the Equinox Helix Evo XP. So as you may have noticed, we're not in the KMG Studio today. We've come down to Blazor Leisure Centre where we're in the main hall, which is 105 foot long. The reason why is so later on we can show you what these look like in a big room. But first, let's get started with the Equinox Helix Evo XP. So it's worth mentioning that the Equinox Helix Evo XP, quite a mouthful there, is not yet released. So this is the prototype version. There's not many of these around at the moment, but thankfully ProLight have sent it to us to be able to do this video and to take it on a few gigs to see how we get on. So let's talk about features. Inside is a 150 watt cool white LED. There is also 8 rotating replaceable gobos, and it comes with an extra 11 gobos in the pack. On board is also 9 colours plus open. Inside is also a rotating mirror dish, which is indexable and also rotatable. The unit can be controlled by a DMX, its own inbuilt shows, auto or sound modes, or via the manual controls on the back of the unit. The mirror drum can rotate 180 degrees, and there's also a continuous roll on the barrel. There's also 8-bit dimming and a variable strobe. The strobe channel also includes pulse and random strobe modes. Focus on the Evo XP is manual via the ring here, so you can focus it in and out using that. And also, as you can see, it's got a really wide spread, 160 degrees, so it's really room filling. The Evo XP incorporates the classic V-shaped design that we all know and love. What we particularly like is the continuation of the V design up here, meaning that when the light comes out of the fixture, hits the barrel, its projection isn't interrupted from the left or right. It still continues, meaning it's nearly 180 degrees. What we also like is that the case is fully metal. That's the whole fixture. And it only weighs 7.5 kilos. On the back, we have power in and out via Power Twist TR1, DMX in and out via 3-pin XLR, and a bracket. This bracket we love. It goes from 0 to 180 degrees with plenty of clearance. It also has quick release brackets, 2 here and 2 down here, so you can take this on and off nice and easily. It also has lots of different mounting holes as well for different clamps or fixings. Under the bracket is also an attachment for a safety bond. At the bottom, there's a little door here to get access to our interchangeable gobos. Simply undo, take that off, and the gobo wheel's right there. Obviously make sure you turn the fixture off first. Up the top here as well, making sure you've got the fixture turned off, is the fan. So the fan is easily serviceable and replaceable if needed. You'll also notice that next to the power connections is an external fuse, as well as a jack port. And this jack port is used for a C88 controller, so you can control everything by a handheld controller. Changing gobos is nice and easy. When we release the door at the back here, you can see we get access to the gobo wheel. We have a nice quick release system, a little tab here, push the gobo to one side and pull to release. There we are. To change the gobo, there's a little spring inside, pop your new gobo in and simply put it back in the fixture. The Evo XP has a nice OLED display with a standard menu, up, down and enter buttons. Next to the display is also the microphone which picks up the sound for sound to light modes. As you can see, the menu is really nice and easy to read. Everything is there in full text. So the first menu for DMX functions, setting your DMX address, is DMX mode and what happens if you was to lose DMX, either to put it into blackout or go into a show mode. As we go down, we can see we've got the show settings, so we can choose our sound settings, our different show modes, or our primary and secondary modes, which means these fixtures can be linked and do things together, but also separately, but still linked to look like a complete show. We also have a manual mode, where we can go in and set all the fixture parameters manually. Display settings, where we can obviously revert the display if we wanted to, change the contrast, and also fixture information telling us our fixture hours and our firmware version. There's also a special functions menu which allows us to factory reset the fixture. Over to the Chauvet DJ Blazor. Inside here is a 115 watt cool white LED. There is also 6 colours plus open. There are also 7 interchangeable rotating gobos inside the Chauvet Blazor, but one thing to mention is there is no open, but if you wanted to, you could remove a gobo to give you an open. Inside the box as well, there is also 10 additional gobos for you to change, and they are really easy to change thanks to the slot and lock system. Focus control is manual, again by changing the lens at the front here, just rotate it to focus in and out, and the coverage angle is up to 176 degrees. The mirror drum can rotate 180 degrees, and there's also a continuous roll on the barrel. The Blazor takes its design from other similar Chauvet DJ fixtures, like the Obsession, except obviously it adds the rotating mirror barrel on the front here. The casing is full metal all the way around, it's nice and compact, and it only weighs 4 kilos. It's also worth mentioning on the bottom, there's rubber feet, so the fixture can stand up by itself. On the rear, we can see we've got power in and out via IEC. There's also DMX in and out via 3-pin XLR, and our 7-segment display up here. We also have a rotating bracket, which can go from all the way down to all the way up, and tightened by the 2 knobs here. When speaking to Chauvet DJ, I'm told some adjustments are being made to the bracket, as we noticed it is very, very close down here if you've got something bolted in, and it also slightly obscures some of the ports. Not a problem for most people that are hanging it, but for anybody that's putting it on a pole, that might be a bit awkward. So on the back of the Blazor, we have our 7-segment displays with our standard arrangement of the menu, up, down and enter buttons. Here we can see we're in 4-channel mode, or we can swap it to 11-channel mode. Pressing enter allows us to set our DMX address. Moving on, here's our auto programs. S is the speed for the auto programs. SND1, these are different sound modes. We've got SND 1, 2 and 3, and there's also a blackout option as well. This is our sound sensitivity. Here is our dimmer, so we can turn this down in any of our shows. Quite handy little addition there. And then we've got manual controls for colour, gobo, our gobo rotation. Here's our mirror dish rotation, our barrel rotation and barrel pan. Set is where we can turn on or off the infrared. This fixture is compatible with the Chauvet DJ IRC6 remote, which is not included in the box but is an optional extra. And this is our slave mode. Slave mode over SLU, which means it copies the master unit, or SLU2, it goes as a slave unit in its secondary mode and has a coordinated show with the master. Not is for mirror dish or gobo rotation override in auto and sound modes only. Just above the bracket and off to one side, we have our safety loop for attaching a safety bond. Gobo replacement on the Blazor is fairly easy. Again, there's a little door to one side. If we open that up, we can see we've got access to the gobo wheel and also the colour wheel here. Colours are not interchangeable though. Chauvet uses a slot and lock system, so what we can do is we can get a little bit of leverage underneath the gobo there, put it away from the gobo wheel and simply slot it out of the fixture, and there's our gobo. Again, the gobo itself is held in with a spring. Take the spring out, swap the gobo and then just push it back in with the slot and lock system and it will lock in place. We really like that Chauvet thought about the design of the Blazor by adding not one infrared receiver, but 2. There's one on the back here of the fixture, and there's also one on the front, just down here, which means you can use your IRC remote from the front or the back. So that was the Equinox Helix Evo XP and the Chauvet Blazor. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.